Greetings, fellow slingers, and welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Carrion Crown Session 0, Part 2. This week we find our two heroes, Talos and Aust, making their way towards the Lair of the Beast. But before we get started, I want to make sure everybody out there knows just how they can get in touch with the show. Head on over to rollthehard20podcast.com, where you could write directly to the show. You could also check out some of the galleries we have for both of the podcasts that we're now running at the same time. And if you have any questions for the crew, go ahead and drop us a line. You could either post your inquiries directly to the website or head on over to rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com. We're also still out there on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. And while you're at it, head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. We've got a lot of exciting things going on over there, and we want each and every one of you Hard Slingers to be part of it. So now, prepare yourselves for Carrion Crown Session 0, Part 2. Somebody's getting ousted. Greetings, fellow slingers, and welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast, Session 0, Part 2 of the Carrion Crown Adventure Path. And with me are half of the Hard Slingers.
Yeah, half the Hard Slingers for episode
Session,
half.
Yeah, well, that's two halves, so technically it's a whole.
Yeah.
Okay,
Two halves make a whole. So when we last left off, you had been recruited by the Sheriff Lafife and partied up with Granton Spain, who was a former ranger of this area, to go out in search of this beast that had been terrorizing the town of Lair and had been picking off all of the able-bodied individuals there, pretty much leaving the town defenseless. So for 50 gold pieces, you guys agreed to step into the wilds with this man and track this beast down.
Thought it was 100 gold pieces.
I'm pretty sure it was 50.
It was 50 each, right?
No, there is no 50 each.
That's how you got to 100.
I'm pretty
That makes
sure
sense
that's
to
how
me.
we got to 100 because, I mean...
You guys can each have 50 gold pieces. Like, you can have 50 gold pieces when you're holding it, and then when you hand it to him, he's now got 50 gold pieces.
All right, I get custody on
All the
Mondays,
pieces.
Monday through Friday. You can have the weekends.
All right. Every weekend, though, right? Not every other?
We'll let the judge decide.
So you guys had ventured out into the wilderness, and you followed behind Granton, and eventually you came to a clearing where this feral, dire beast came out. Did I say what kind of beast it was, Bo?
I don't know if you described it like super in detail.
No.
Okay. So this large four-legged beast comes out of the clearing and attacks the three of you. And after a ferocious battle, you look upon it and you see it's just got these dire paws, these huge teeth, fangs. It looks very canine-ish looking. And as Granton puts his spiked club into the beast's mouth after it has perished, he's looking around and he notices something that just brings shock to his face. And he looks and he says, "This ain't the beast we're looking for. It's still out there.
Of course it is. It couldn't have been that easy.
This beast has all of its teeth."
Are we sure about that? I'll take the teeth and like try to shove it
What,
into
you
its
don't
mouth.
believe me? You calling me a liar?
Well, we're not saying that
I
you're a
just want to
liar.
explore all of our
Look
options.
at its mouth. He flaps its lips and its gums. And look, every molar, every canine's in that mouth right now. Take a look. Meanwhile, as you guys are investigating this thing, the sun's rays begin to dim as they slowly become swallowed up by the black velvet that becomes night. Oust, as you and Talos are looking at this beast, you notice that Granton kind of steps off to the side. He's watching you. He reaches into a satchel he has on his side, and he kind of looks off to the side, and you see him chug this little vial really fast.
Hey, what do you got there?
What?
What are you doing over there? It's getting dark. We should stick close together.
You see him start to sweat profusely, and he looks at you, and he's, I'm embarrassed to say, but humans like me are not quite as blessed as you elves. In order for me to see in the darkness, I require ulterior methods.
Well, you didn't have to keep that a secret now, did you?
I don't want to look weak in front of you. I mean, there's a reason why the sheriff hired you and didn't just come out and ask me directly.
Well, you didn't want to come out directly to begin with. We had to persuade you with the tooth.
Can I investigate what he's drinking from?
Sure.
16?
16, it's a vial about 3 inches tall, about an inch in diameter with a little cork in the top. He has swilled the entire contents.
Okay.
He's still kind of holding it in his hand, but he hasn't put it away yet. You do notice there's still a little residual in the bottom of it, though.
Can I roll medicine to see if I could tell exactly what it is?
Sure.
That is 15.
15. You notice that there's still some powdery flakes in the bottom of it. It's milky-ish, like milk blue, but it is translucent. But as far as, it's nothing that you've ever seen before in any of your studies. Even being a druid, most of your concoctions would have been made into some type of a paste, some type of an edible plant or whatnot. This looks like it may have been chemically made.
Out in like a shack somewhere in the middle of the desert, huh?
Possibly, yeah. In a buried RV.
Yeah, that's kind of reminded
with
me.
aluminum foil all along the windows.
The scene of him like tucking back reminds me of like Tropic Thunder, when the guy's like like tucking back. He's like, "I need my jelly beans."
Oh my god.
Have some. Beware of personal space, man. Give me some space. So once again, Spain looks at you. Do you have any more objections to what we're doing here? You gonna question me anymore? We're gonna actually get down to business, and you're gonna earn your fucking coin.
Granted, I'm not sure I like this attitude of yours.
Well, I just don't like being questioned about my methods.
We're not questioning your method. I was just curious of what you were drinking and hiding over there.
Would you like to have the last sip of it, perhaps?
No. If you do not have dark vision, it makes sense.
Look, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this as well.
Well, then we should proceed because we're sitting ducks here.
Right. He begins to spiral out again like he did before in order to try to pick up some kind of a trail, some other means of wherever this creature may have disappeared to. It kind of leaves you guys either to help him or to converse amongst yourself at this time.
I'm going to help him. Or actually more like I'm going to try and learn from what he's doing so I can imitate it later.
Okay.
So I'll be following along closely behind, but I'm just going to try and avoid getting in his way.
Okay, now as an elf, you have dark vision, right?
Yeah.
What's the description of dark vision? Like, how do you view things with dark vision? Is it like grays or?
Yeah, it's grays.
It's all grays.
Yeah.
It's fairly dark at this point. He's looking around and he's all, you see this blue petal right here? This blue petal, you can tell that when it's broke, you start to see a little bit of the green eke through.
Granton, let's slow down a little bit. How did you know that the petal's blue?
By the potion that I took. That's what I was explaining to you.
Do you have any more of that?
I do, actually. Would you like to have a little bit of it?
Yeah.
It's all I have left.
Yeah.
And he
I'll
hands
take
you
what little is left.
There's probably maybe like a quarter of an ounce.
Okay, I'll drink it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a con check with that. Low. You see, for just a moment, it must be because you only took a very small amount, but almost immediately your eyes become your retinas get blinded briefly by this influx of light, almost like as if somebody if you're wearing like night vision goggles and somebody lights a flare in front of your eyes, and you just get this.
As soon as that happens, I'm like flailing out.
Yeah,
like
you're
trying to grab Brenton's.
He's like,
what did you do?
Take it easy. Just breathe through it.
What's the matter, Talos?
A few moments later, your eyes start to become accustomed to it, and you do start to see a little more colors here and there. You can almost pick out that what he was showing you was indeed blue, but it's still a different hue of blue.
Okay. Never mind us. It was just a passing thing.
So as he begins to work his way through the underbrush, looking for any type of clues, let me know if you spot anything that might have been broken or whatnot. Help me down here, wherever you can find something. I must admit, it's been many years since I've been out in the field, and I'm not quite what I used to be, obviously, if I've tracked the wrong beast.
Okay. I'll help. I'll investigate for something broken.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to try to roll survival to see if I could help as well.
Okay. Should be like investigation, right?
Investigation or survival, your
Yeah,
call.
either one. Whichever one you feel strong to do.
10 for survival.
10. You're mostly just picking up the stuff that Talos and Granton are breaking. You're just following behind
I'm
them.
following behind,
like
thinking, what are these two cooks doing, taking these potions?
I got like an 11, so it's not much better.
As he's moving along, he's trying to make some small talk. He's, where about you going as you're passing through my town?
It appears we're both headed to Ravengrow.
And what decided to make you stop off at Talos?
It was,
It's en route.
yeah.
It was through our destination.
There was nothing really compelling us to come here in the first place.
Well, for the most part, Talos is a peaceful town. We normally don't have problems like this. It hasn't occurred in this town for probably about 15 years.
It seemed awfully peaceful, especially when we came up to it and no one was outside.
You know, it's going to be peaceful when most of the men are already dead or missing.
Well, hopefully we'll
that'll
prevent
do
that.
Right. So what business do you have in Ravengrow? Oh, hold on a second. And you see him move some of the brush away. He's like, this way. We could talk and walk, but keep it down.
Isn't that counterintuitive from trying to keep it down?
I could hear you just fine, and so could the beast.
That's my fear.
That's the problem. I feel like the beast has better ears than you do.
I'm good. I'm all right.
I'm visiting an old friend.
In Ravengrow, huh?
That is correct. He's an elder professor.
He pauses. Really? What's the name of this professor?
Lorimore.
That's
Never
quite a
heard of
coincidence. You said you're visiting Lorimer?
Yes, he sent out for me.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, well, someone sent out for me as well to see Lorimer.
Oh, well, at least we're going all the way to the same place and visiting the same person.
Yeah,
He'll be happy. He's a very happy little gent.
Yeah. Yeah. He should be. Yeah, he'll be good. It'll be good to see him again.
I'm excited.
Lormo, I never really heard of the man. Yeah, it's not my business, though. But you probably should have just kept going. You probably shouldn't have wound up in Talos. The townsfolk probably really appreciate you doing what you can to help them out, but I think they're beyond saving.
Well, not with an attitude like that. But it makes logical sense for us to come through and help.
As he continues moving, you notice that the foliage starts to get more sparse and it starts to come into more craggy ground, like rocks, jutted terrain or whatnot. And he stops abruptly and he just simply states, "Halt, there." And he stands pointing towards a cavern entrance right there. And you see bones littering the front of this cavern. Some animal bones, some not. Even from this distance, you can start to smell death in the air.
Decaying bodies and whatnot.
All right. Granton, what's your plan of attack?
Go ahead and make a con check.
I was gonna say, should we knock first?
20.
20. Your vision's still holding up at this point. You can actually see very well what he's pointing out. You can see that there's different color fur. There appears to be sparse clothing out front as well. Some minor tools, things like that, like gardening tools or whatever. Packs.
I'd like to start stealthily walking closer to the entrance.
Okay.
That is 9.
9. You make a little bit of noise, but you don't hear anything else as you get closer to the entrance of the cavern. But from within, you can hear what appears to be like almost like sobbing, some kind of sob emanating from within.
Talos, there might be someone inside. I don't think it's the creature, but someone's sobbing inside. It just doesn't make sense.
I'll try and meet him. Does he pause for a drink?
What's that?
Does he pause for a drink?
He does. No, he was crying.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Come on, Spain, get your ass up here.
What did you say?
No,
you're
you're just meeting up at the entrance of the cave.
Okay, so you guys are at the entrance of the cave?
Let's get close enough to at least take a peek in. So I'll like peek in with like my head like this to see what I can find.
Inside I have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you still have dark vision up
Yeah.
to 60 feet as
So-
well. Okay.
Oh,
Would that be investigation or perception?
Perception.
That is 8.
8. Both of you see, only Talos, you see in color, just this misshapen cavern that goes in for about maybe 15 feet and then curves towards the right. You really can't see anything else beyond that area.
all right.
Granton looks at you two, and you see him pull his spiked club out of his pack again. What's it going to be, boys? We're going to earn this coin? Or are you going to earn your coin, I should say?
Well, the coin is earned when we killed the beast. I do not see the beast right now, but it does not make sense on why there would be a person just staying in the cave. It doesn't smell right to me.
I presume the guy can't leave the cave at the moment. And then I'm going to move closer to get to the corner. I'm going to get to the corner and then try and peek through that way.
You actually move inside.
Yeah. And I'm going to hold up a hand to be like even more quiet because it can like echo in this cave if we make too much noise. Oh, shit. All right. Wait, I have a cantrip for this.
Okay.
I pull out a short piece of copper wire and then I wrap it around my finger.
Oh, where are you going with this shocker?
And then I will cast message and send a message to Oust, telling him, don't talk in the cave. Your voice can echo. This message just goes into your head.
So I just hear it.
Yeah, it's a telepathic message.
What it is he takes his finger and he sticks it into an orifice, and you know exactly what
I
he's
stick it
thinking.
directly into your brain.
It's like walkie-talkies.
Can I buy you a drink?
Get out of my head.
So as you guys begin to move in to this cavern, you notice, now that you've moved a little deeper, that there are markings etched into the stone along either side. They look very tribal, very ancient indeed. You see they're just ritualistic. They're not depicting any type of person or whatever. They're just symbols all over the place. Unusual symbols. Some of them are even traced with a crimson color, which you would still see, Talos. You, Oust, would not be able to detect this.
Does this look like a language of any kind?
I want to follow in behind him and actually produce a flame to light up the area.
Okay.
Pretty good. Good.
Okay. You light up the area, and you see...
Oh, shit.
You didn't think I was going to leave that one map out, did you?
No. I just didn't expect a
Maybe.
map this big.
As you come in, you notice that there are all different runes or ancient writings or whatnot all over the floor, all over the walls. Whereabouts do you want to put that?
I want to be right
that
in front of the
flame?
writing.
Where's the writing?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Let's see. I would put it in front of the first wall that we were looking at because I only have a 10-foot radius of a light. Otherwise, I could carry it like a lantern.
So where do you want it, right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is your flame. So you notice now what Talos had looked at, and you see different arcane symbols all over the walls. You notice that a lot of them have been traced with blood that has dried. A lot of it still kind of looks a little tacky.
Well, Spain Grant.
Oh, Granton stays in the back.
Granton.
Oh, no, I'm not making no coin off this. You hear this weeping. And it seems to be coming from somewhere to your left, down one of the more narrower caverns.
Aust, could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I need 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. But if I have 10 minutes, I can read this text. Do you mind checking on that voice?
Yeah, I'll go walk around.
Leave Granton here with me. He'll hopefully, if something catches us off guard, he'll alert me, hopefully.
So you want to move which way? This would be a tight squeeze. You could probably get through over
You
here.
said we heard it from our left.
You hear from over here. You're facing towards your flame, which is to the north.
There we go. Bottle cap it.
Bottle cap that shit. You're hearing it to the west.
Okay, so I would like to take my flame with me and produce.
Fuck you, it's my flame. I'm
It's
going
my
now.
flame. You guys want time alone? I'm taking my life.
That's right. Me, my flame don't need you no more.
And even though I have dark vision, I would like it to stay in front of me a little
Okay.
as I'm walking to investigate if there's more writing on the walls.
Okay, whereabouts do you want to go with this?
Do my full movement and move me 35 feet down the.
35?
Yeah.
Okay, you proceed down this small little cavern at a northwestern direction for about 35 feet. You notice at about 45 feet, it abruptly ends and then comes back on itself towards a southern direction. And you still hear this crying, this sobbing emanating from the southern direction, like as though it's echoing its way along these passageways.
I'll continue down another 35 feet, following the noise, the crying. And if I don't see a clearing, I think I'm going to hang out there and just study the walls.
Okay. Talos, what are you doing?
So I was casting Comprehend Language as a ritual.
Okay. What's the duration?
It lasts for an hour.
Well, I mean,
but
what's the preparation time on that? Is it instantaneous?
It's 10 minutes.
Oh, you're going to wait there for 10 minutes? Okay.
Yeah, because that's how long it takes. Ritual is you add 10 minutes to the casting time, and that's you
Okay,
can cast
so
it without a spell slot.
You're going to hang out there with, and Granton's going to watch your back for 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to stay there or you want to move forward? Where do you wanna be?
Just where the text is, I'm just going to stay next to it.
It's pretty much everywhere. The moment you entered into the cavern, you about 10 feet in, you start to see it all over the walls. Some of it on the stone floor, some of it on the ceiling above. You start to, as you're taking the time to research this, you notice there are deep scratch marks into the wall as well. And it almost looks like whatever had made these runes might have been the same thing that made the scratch marks, the etching in the wall as well.
Christ. Okay.
Go and make a investigation check on that.
10.
10. Nearest you can tell is it's multiple everywhere.
Okay. It's
So-
going to bite me later. It's fine.
Oust. So you don't know what's going on with Talos and Granton off to the Granton? Yeah, Granton
Yeah.
on the other side. I almost said Stanton.
No, it's Spain. That's probably why you're trying to mix both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just call it
probably. Spain. You don't know what's going on with Spain. They're probably part of the Brexit, but I don't know. Anyways, stupid joke. I'll get rid of it.
Ah!
Now you gotta keep
You know
it.
what? I'm going to get a fucking laugh track. Every time I say something, I'm going to play this laugh track. Then my jokes will always hit. They'll
They'll always kill. Always kill.
They'll always ring. But he didn't tell you what he was going to do. So he's over there. So as you are in your little portion of the caverns, you still hear this sobbing, whining noise. And then it abruptly gets quiet.
Oh, he's dead.
Dude, I just realized we have 2 people and we managed to still split the party. Fucking perfect.
I know.
I like
Well,
that.
knowing that we are in tunnels and there's multiple ways to get lost here, I'm going to start walking my way back because,
Back this way?
yeah.
Okay. So you make your time. As he's still casting his ritual, you come back to him. He's still in the middle of
I'm
whatever.
like poring over my spell book, getting this
What are
ritual
we
going.
doing here?
Oh, I thought
What
the
the
10 minutes.
fuck is this?
The crying
Don't
stopped.
bother me right now. I'm
Not
trying to
the
finish this.
crying. He's crying. I don't know what he's doing. He's mumbling to himself. He's reading through a book. We didn't come all the way out here to read a damn book.
I'm totally ignoring him.
Yeah. Well,
You. Hello.
I'm like slapping his hand away.
I wouldn't disturb him if I were you.
He kind of huffs a little bit and goes and leans against the side of the wall, one elbow on his club, like impatiently waiting for whatever it is you're going to do. As you're still going through your ritual, you hear the sobbing begin to start up again. Oust. Help me. I know you're there. Help me.
Grant, do you hear that as
Help
well?
me. Of course I hear it. I'm not going in there alone.
Well,
I've got
there's
no
3 of
skin
us
in this
here.
game.
Well, you're not gonna get out with your skin with that attitude here.
What do you want to eat? You want to leave your body here and you and I go look at this stupid thing?
You'll be done shortly.
What does that mean? You want me to go on my own?
It would be nice, but by any chance,
Give me the fire.
I throw the fire at him.
Oh my god.
Roll
Okay.
3D. Fuck you.
Roll to attack.
The roll to attack. Nah, I hear the voice. We should start walking down the corridor towards the left.
I want to say something as Talos, but I'm too busy in the ritual.
How long is 10 minutes? I figured the time I walked down there and cruised around. And
Well, you
stayed
figure
there-
if you made a full movement, like double your speed in one round, that's 6 seconds.
Oh.
There's another 6 seconds to come back. So at most, you've been gone like
Took
30.
12 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then, as you paused, so maybe 30 seconds later, you've come back. Whoop, another sun down there.
You like keep doing stuff, or you could just like guard me. Those are your 2 choices, man.
So
Yeah, being spongy,
Granton looks at you two and says, I've had about enough of this. And he actually starts moving the way that you originally went.
all right.
And he does his double move, and you see him go around the corner. Or you could vaguely see him through your dark vision.
I still hear the crying, right?
You do.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to follow along with Spain. I'd hate to split the party, but...
Okay.
No, you should go. He's probably gonna die on his own.
Yeah.
Now you leave the fire with,
Someone's
with
gotta
him,
leave.
or are you...
The fire has to stay with him, I think.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys cruise around.
It's only got a range.
Wait, that's the wrong guy. That's me.
What the fuck ever. They both got stabs. It's not like either one of them are using them. That's
My stab's bigger.
that's just because it's a warm day. So as you start moving, you catch up to Granton, and you see that he's coming from the west. Up ahead, it appears that the passageway splits again, goes east and west. I think it's coming from the west. I hear you.
Well, you're our tracker, so...
Okay, so he takes you through, and then as you go you go down about 15 feet, and then he leads you down a passageway to the west for about 20 feet, and then you notice that there are these stone steps, very narrow, and they seem to descend down.
Spain, how familiar are you with this cave?
I'm not familiar with it at all. I'm just following the cries.
Have you ever seen this cave throughout the years you lived in this town?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I mean, you want to lead the way? You think you're good enough to do this? Talos, make a con check again.
19.
19. Your vision is still holding up.
We'll proceed down to the stairs, to the end of the stairs.
Do you want to take the lead, or you want him to still take the lead?
I'll take the lead.
You and your flame. So you see that it descends down about 30 feet and slowly curves towards the north, and you are standing at the entrance to a large spiraling cavern. You see that it works its way downwards you are on the upper rim of this spiral that slowly descends down, and in the center of this lower spiral is a large crystal pillar. And next to the crystal pillar is this old man. He looks familiar, but you can't quite place who this man is. And he's just leaning against the pillar and he's sobbing. I try. I can't get help. Somebody please help me.
I'll move him closer to where I could actually see him.
Okay, as you move forward, you could look down the ledge of this down into the pit below, the spiraled pit below, and you can see him. And Granton's hanging out next to you. And he looks up at you. I tried so hard, and I can't do it. And then Granton looks at him and, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. I never should have inflicted this ailment upon you, my brother. And you see this old man begin to hunch over, and you start to hear his bones cracking, just snap, snap, as his fingers begin to elongate and his jaw begins to jut outwards. You see him start to growl slightly as saliva starts to drip from his mouth. You see hair start to protrude from all about his body as he starts to hunch over, shedding his robe.
Well, Grant, right now would be the time to check and see if he has all his teeth.
And you see him come back up to his full height as this lycanthropy overtakes his body, and he looks for initiative. Talos, you hear this howl coming from far off.
What I wanted to tell you is don't go there. But Talos was too busy.
I knew it was going to be a trap.
The only way they could tell that we were here was if they had insanely good dog-like ears.
Oust.
12.
Ooh, that was deep. Talos.
22.
Ooh, damn. We're going to use this thing still.
Hell yeah, dude. That shit's great.
Yeah, next would be like a digital screen with a prompt, you know?
Right.
Now serving.
Just a light that lights up at the end of the table. Okay. What you see is what we got. Starting off at the top of the queue. Talos. You hear this howl emanating from the caverns deep within. The place where you know that Oust and Granton had left.
Okay. Idiots. And then he closes his book, puts it into his robes. Is that shorter path, can I run through it or no?
You can, but because it's so narrow, it costs twice as much movement.
Is it
Consider
just
it
that one
difficult
square
terrain.
that does? Or
No, there's like the...
5.
So 20 paces.
Okay, I'm going to dash, so I have 60 feet of movement
Okay.
to work with.
10, 55, 60.
Okay, and that is my turn for now,
Okay.
because dash was my action.
Granton looks down at this beast, and he looks at you, Oust, and says, "You should have never came to Talos." As he slowly his bones begin to crackle and miss Mal's shape, and you see him hunch over as well. Oust, you look down and you see this beast below, and it just starts making its way around at top speed towards you. Can you make that move that fucker around?
These mother...
This motherfucker.
You man.
Oust, it's your turn.
Alice is going to do poison spray on... You said Grant's...
Granton's turning into a
Grant-
wolf.
Yeah,
turning into a wolf right now.
his full turn is to turn into this beast as you see him bending over.
I'm going to produce poison spray onto Spain because I only have a range of 10 feet. And that is going to be a 10.
That will miss. You see this spray go wide of him. Several droplets land on his fur and sizzle, but he is so into the transformation that he's undergoing that he doesn't even notice. Talos.
Dashing again, so however far I can get before I see something.
That's 60 right there.
All right, I should be there soon.
Okay.
Cool, that is my turn again.
The other beast that was down in the lower portion moves his full movement and still comes up short. At this point, you see Granton complete his transformation and rise up and attack you, Oust.
Please, no.
That's going to hit. The other one was 13 hit?
He has 2 attacks.
13 will not hit.
Okay. For 3 points of damage as this claw strikes into you.
Do we have potions?
I have...
Oh, you have cure wounds. Or healing word, one or the other.
Oust.
Sorry. I'm wondering if I could do... I can't do entanglement, can Oust is going to concentrate. Wait, can I do... Sorry, I know this is off. Entanglement, that's my spell. I can do those. I have only a certain amount of spell slots, right?
Is it a first level spell?
Yes.
Yes.
I used that twice, so I think I'm out of spell slots.
No, you didn't use it. You only used it once.
I tried to grab it a second time. Does that count? Or is it per...
You didn't cast it.
Yeah, he cast it the second time, didn't
Oh,
he?
I
you
did
cast it
a
twice?
second
Yeah.
time, and he
Oh,
broke free
I guess
from
I was remembering what you were doing wrong. Okay, never mind then. Then, yeah, you're out.
He was remembering what
doing
you were doing wrong. He just
right.
wants to point that out to you.
I'm always doing stuff wrong.
I didn't know that you
I'll
cast
do
it
what
twice.
I want.
I didn't know you double entangled this this creature.
I got him on the first shot, and then the second time he rolled high enough and beat my
yeah,
DC.
yeah. All right, that sounds familiar.
Okay, I'm going to draw my scimitar,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack Grant Spain. And that's a 5 to hit.
That will miss, unfortunately. I'm sorry to
I'm
say.
a little not used to...
Talos.
I'm going to move 30 feet. Can I see both werewolves or just Granton?
You could just see Granton.
I can just see Granton. I don't even recognize that it's Granton. I see a werewolf.
Shoot the beast!
And I'm gonna
Shoot.
shoot a ray of frost at him.
Okay. I love that spell.
It's so cool. 19 on the die.
That will definitely hit.
All right, here we go. Where's this dice? Oh, here it is. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. You hear it rear back in pain as this piercing cold attacks it deep.
Oust, get out of there. I have an idea.
I'm trying. There's 2 wolves in here.
There's another? Oh, okay, you
The
were right.
second one that finishes his ascension up this spiraling cavern and looks at you, Oust, and he decides he's going to raise his 2 claws against you as well.
Oh my god.
And a fumble. Hang on a second, because he might be within range of his buddy,
Please.
and he hits his buddy with the claw
Yes.
for 3 points of damage. Granton, taken aback by this attack upon him,
This betrayal.
looks and sees you, Talos, that had just fired upon him, and moves to attack you at ferocious speed. You want to take an attack on him as he leaves you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
Do it.
18.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. That's a bad habit.
Come on, Rafu.
The fucking
Now he's getting on the
barbarian
right
dice, dude.
So it's 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage, and you hear it, and then it completes its movement towards you, Talos, and
It's
it.
still up. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, but then it attempts to attack you twice with its claws. One of them will hit for 5 points of damage.
Shit. I have 2 hit points left.
Oust.
Oust is, since he still has his flame near him, he actually wants to throw that towards the wolf.
All right.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
dude, if this makes it.
Oh no!
Is that a 1?
It's a 1,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh,
It's a 1.
fuck. Okay, so let's see what this would do. Okay, so the flame goes against the wall behind it and bursts into, just splinters into all these microcosm of just tiny little sparks as it dissipates out, bathing the rest of the room in darkness that was otherwise lit by this thing. Talos.
All right. I'm going to cast Sleep.
Oh, man, okay.
So I'm going to reach into my component pouch. I'm going to pull out a pinch of fine sand, some rose petals, and then a cricket.
A cricket?
Is
that a lucky cricket?
I snap the cricket's neck. I cover it with
Is that a full round action?
I cover it with the petals and the fine sand, and then I clap my hands together, and then I cast Sleep at a point so that it hits the 2 werewolves.
Okay.
So I have to roll 5d8.
Do they have a save, or how's that work?
So Sleep is I roll 5d8. That's a certain number of hit points.
Right.
And then it goes from the lowest to the highest
the
remaining
highest.
hit points.
Okay.
And anything that the number of matches goes to sleep.
Okay.
So the first few, that's not good. That is 7 on the first few dice. Oh, man. 12.
12.
So hopefully something will go to sleep.
Okay, so the first one right next to you immediately falls into a slumber right at your feet. The other one starts to become dizzy, but does not go down.
Okay.
It starts to stagger back a few feet, which does not incur an attack of opportunity because it's forced movement. And you could tell it's groggy as all hell right now. It looks at you, Oust, looks at Talos, and it's completely disoriented as to what had happened. Does he get to attack? Does he get to...
His turn still goes if he doesn't fall asleep.
Okay, yeah, so he moves forward, and he leans in to bite you, Oust. You got any particular dice you want me to use?
Huh? Oh my lord!
Wait, I have a doubloon. I have a doubloon from the other
Are we
game.
using doubloons? I got blue.
Sorry, that is the
from the
hard
other game.
20. I asked you. Okay, so
Oh my God.
we're going to back this shit up. Oh. And that succeeds. So 7 points of damage, and I need for you to make a con save.
7 points put me down.
So got to make a con save.
That's 13.
Okay. So you're down, but you succeeded in the con save.
Dude, I think failing would have actually been better for you.
Probably.
Maybe.
We may have been able to start the campaign as werewolves.
Talos, you watch your comrade that you had only known for a few hours, but you've already started to feel this brotherhood to. I mean, he's half elf. You're half elf.
Wait, we're both full elves
Oh,
Yeah.
together or just individually?
individually.
Well, when we are
Oh.
together.
But he's a
we're
wood
full.
elf, so I hate him.
Oh, he's a wooden elf.
I'm a wood elf.
So I
We'll
look-
talk about my
Wait,
miniatures.
I don't hate him. I just look down upon him from upon my high horse.
Yeah. And his fine things.
Well, that would
of
be a good
living.
time to leave him behind. Then.
I'm not going to leave him behind, but I'm going to shoot a ray of frost at that werewolf that's next to Oust's
okay.
corpse, or soon to be corpse potentially. Fucking miss.
Miss.
How far away is he?
About, what is that, 10, 15 feet away from you?
Okay, I'm going to move 20 feet down the tunnel. So
This
that
way?
Yeah. That way he hopefully, when he reaches me, won't be able to hit me in the fucking face.
Okay. So it looks at you, watches you disappear around the corner.
Uh-huh.
1, 2, 3. Okay. He decides to pursue you.
Oh, thank God. I thought he was going to
gonna
try
say-
and finish you off, dude.
I was gonna say I'm like
That was
doing
what
what
the
they
roll
tell
was
you.
for.
What,
I know,
like
I
a
was
bear attacks you, just lie there, shit yourself.
I was like, okay, I can't stay here because I will probably die. But I don't want him to kill.
Okay, so shit's going wild at this point.
Yep.
Talos. Oh, you know what? Hold on a second. Oust. You need to make a death save.
Roll a 20.
15.
That's a
Okay,
pass.
that's a pass. Talos.
Again, Ray of Frost. Does 14 hit?
That does hit.
Oh, thank goodness. We roll this. Oh, it has to be a D8. Dude, I don't know where my fucking dice are. 5 points of damage.
5 points.
And then I'm going to move so that I'm 30 feet away from him.
Still backing up.
Yeah. Because his movement is reduced by 10 after he's hit by Ray
okay.
of Frost.
It still pursues you. Still doing his best.
Okay.
Oust. Make another death save. Is that a 1?
That's cocked.
Bullshit.
That was fucking cocked and fell in the middle
All
of
right,
wires.
fine. Roll it again.
I'll keep it on the tray this time. It's not much better, but that's a 3
We've
on the dice.
see, it's not that bad. We bought we
got
bought it
a
for
few
him, and
more
he
points.
still fumbled.
The
it.
1 would have been 2 fails.
I know, I know, I know,
This one's out of here.
I know.
Timeout die.
Timeout.
All right,
Talos.
one more ray of frost. Hopefully, that's enough.
Is that a
won.
1?
It's a fucking 1. Oh god,
Okay, well, there's nothing to do other than keep moving, I guess.
I gotta keep running away, dude.
Ricochets off the wall. The wall's all frozen.
Okay. Is his movement still slowed?
Nope.
Nope.
Too bad you couldn't like frost.
So
the
he
steps
comes
and make it
right
slippery.
up to you. Mm-hmm. Oust.
I was hearing the footsteps in my
Tries to cling to life.
while I'm clinging to life.
It's another fail.
Oh my god.
No.
So, Talos, you see this beast move towards you. Its mouth opening. Just the stink of rotted flesh on its breath. You see chunks of decayed meat in its gum line, and you notice that one of its teeth is broken.
Okay. Since it's right up on me, I'm going to grab the short sword that I have at my side and try to stick it up into its maw.
Okay. Come on, 20 it, baby.
Let me hold on to this dice for a little bit.
know.
15.
That hits.
Five more points of damage.
Oh, shit.
No.
Take it away. Oust.
Rolling without the tray this time. 17. That's
Okay,
pass.
that's a pass.
Oh my god.
So you're 2 and 2.
Yeah. Holy fuck.
It's like playoff games right now.
So you stayed where you were at, right?
If I moved, he would have attacked me, so there was nothing to gain.
Okay. Could have taken the chance.
I mean, I'm taking the chance right now.
Okay, we have all these dice. Which dice would you like me to roll?
The one with 20s on it.
The one to your right. Yeah, that one.
This one?
The top right.
Okay. He leans in to bite you.
It's going to fucking kill me, man.
Yes.
Yes.
As he leans in to bite you, you take your sword and ram it up in the air to where it's only able to chisel down on the backside of your blade.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
I kind of want to use like a point blank ray of frost into his belly, but then I feel like that gives me disadvantage.
Does it have to be a certain amount of feet away?
Yeah, any ranged attack when it's right next to you is at disadvantage. I'm gonna grab the sword. I'm gonna try to ram it down its skull.
Okay.
1. I lost the sword. Like he ate it.
All right, make a dex save.
9.
That's my answer. 9. North for 3 squares. So your sword flies out of your hand for 15 feet to the north, right up that northern cavern right ahead. It looks at it and gutturally laughs and attempts to bite at you again with a 1.
Yes.
Oh,
Fuck.
He bites himself.
Alice, make a death save.
please live.
Come on.
No! Oh my God. Is that 3?
It's a 4.
4.
No. Is that your third fail?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We'll be planting
We'll have
roses
a-
on your grave.
We'll have the first death of the campaign.
Oh my god.
Before the campaign even starts.
I miss you already. Do you have a twin brother named Faust?
Faust.
Talos.
La Faust.
Now, because he rolled a 1, if you want to make that Ray of Frost attack,
Yeah.
it won't be at a disadvantage.
All right, good. I'm going to push my palm towards its belly and cast Ray of Frost.
All right.
17 on the die.
17 will hit.
Oh, but that's not even the wrong die. It's fucking... 3 points of damage.
3 points as this Ray of Frost bursts through its chest and right through its backside as he crumples to the ground, dead before you. Just... You see this old-ass werewolf. I mean, you could tell by the mane that it's just old-looking completely. And it's expired right at your feet.
I run towards where I last saw Oust.
As you make your way down, you see Oust, as he is right at the ridge of this cavern that spirals lower. You see that crystal pillar in the center. What are you going to do?
I try to slap him awake.
It's futile. He's not giving you any signs, any response at all.
Fuck. Talos is... Will I be able to carry or drag Oust's body at all?
Sure. No reason why you couldn't.
All right, I'm going to prop him up next to the wall right now. And then I'm going to... I mean, there's no flame
I was
produced.
going to say, you putting me on the flame?
I'm going to walk up to the...
Pyre. Funeral pyre.
To the werewolf that was Granton.
Okay.
And we only put him to sleep.
Okay.
So I need to put him to sleep permanently. So I'm going to try and ram ram my sword.
Okay, so it's a coup de grace.
Yeah. Do I get to attack? Is he dead or do I have to roll?
He's not dead.
No, when I attack him with the sword.
Oh, it depends on how much damage you do.
Okay.
What's the max?
The max I could do is 9.
It will kill him.
Okay. So after he's expired, I will examine the spiral before I take Oust's body out of here.
As you make your way down the spiral, you notice that there is a crystal in the middle of it, and you see that there are flowers all around it. You see that there are children's bones about it, and it appears to be something of great reverence to these two ancient werewolves.
Can I do like an investigation or arcana to see what this crystal is about?
Sure.
14.
14. You just know that it seems to have been here for centuries, if not longer. And you noticed already when you killed that other werewolf that he's very, very old. And you notice the other one is very, very old as well. Granton, when you first met him. It's almost as though this was their little lair, and they just continue to huddle themselves around this thing for some reason. And you can read into that. However you want to make your own.
Do I get
conclusion.
the feeling at all that it was keeping them alive in a way?
Very much so, yeah.
All right, I'm going to drag Oust's body to the crystal, and I'm going to bring the werewolf, one of the werewolves, the closest one, with me.
Okay.
I'm going to try and, take some of the blood from what was Granton, put it on the crystal, and take like a handful of blood and put it all over Oust's face.
That is awesome. You see this glow begin to emanate from the crystal. It begins to crack and splinter and turn to dust. And Oust, I need for you to roll 1 hit die of hit points. 3. As your eyes begin to flutter open with 3 remaining hit points in your soul. And that actually deserves a gold doubloon.
Hell yeah.
I want to say one thing to Oust. Before, I don't know if we're going to end the session or not, but before we do anything, I want to
So angry.
You don't deserve it, but you deserve it.
I'm gonna put my hand on Oust's shoulders, and I'm gonna say, "You're not done shape-shifting yet, Druid."
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now the crystal itself begins to just turn to dust, and as it does, so do the 2 bodies of these ancient werewolves just begin to turn to powder and flutter away. You see all about you the runes that they had scratched into the walls with their claws begin to fade.
Damn it! I, as a player, really wanted to know what they said.
Could have finished your ritual.
Oh yeah,
You would have lost your druid, but he could have finished
That's
your
true. That's true. Let's get our money, man.
You have your money. Didn't he give you your money already?
Oh, he did give us a sack of money.
That
I didn't know.
That was the money. That was all 50
okay.
GP.
I thought that was just a down
We
payment.
literally never looked
No.
at it, and I just assumed it was half the gold.
No, that was the full duration. That was the full.
Okay.
We could have
allotment.
skipped town without. Just kidding.
we could have literally skipped out.
So, you guys have managed to defeat the beasts of this lair, thereby freeing Talos from any further molestations by these beasts. What are we gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? You got you got places to be. You got somewhere to go.
Let's report back and leave. I don't want to be here much longer.
Yeah. We'll go back to the...
You actually want to go back to the town, huh?
Just tell Lafif that we
completed...
It's over. He doesn't worry about anything.
You guys make it there by the afternoon of the following day, and you see the door to the sheriff's office where the constable resides. And as you open the door, you notice that Lafif is not sitting behind his desk, but there is a different person behind the desk.
We're looking for Lafif.
Also known as Mr. Yeti.
I think he prefers that one.
Lafif committed suicide last night. He couldn't bear the guilt of what had happened to the townsfolk, and apparently he just seemed to be ineffectual in his position. He was unable to do what needed to be done, and at least he had the courage to do what needed to be done in the end, but he will be missed. Is there anything I could do for you?
Your name would be helpful.
My name is See You Next Session.
That's a
On
horrible
the
name.
actual Session 1 of Carrion Crown. So we will see you guys in Raven Grove.
We already have one death. This is not going to be
Session
easy.
0, Session Death.
Dude, this is what level 1 2 casting looks like, man.
Oh, man.
You hear a tree fall in the forest.
Oh, no.
It's 2 trees.
True trees.
Does that mean...
What the fuck is that? Is that in my house?
I think it's the wind.
That's the wind? We're not in fucking Oklahoma.
I don't know. I see the wind blowing around. It could be just something banging. Don't you have a sign in front of your door about the pool spa?
Yeah, but that's not... Well, I don't think that's it, though. Anyways,
That's what you think.